Alright, this is video number 2. Today is Thursday, May 26, 2022. And here we have the latest version of PCM1DC E2450, where I pointed out that we have a difference now on the current rectifier because we're using a 100 to 5, not the original 100 to 1 CT. And as pointed out before, we have a setting. We're ready to go. We're also monitoring the output current. And what we're going to do here is we're going to be paying attention here to the red LED. The red LED right now says that although the board is powered and the unit is enabled, we need to increase our current command to 0.5 volt before we can get an output. We are going to look at test point 4, which is a zero cross reference for the board. Test point 8 is the delay angle. We'll notice how that changes as a function of the current command. And we have the output current, the output voltage across the load on channel 4. We are looking at the current feedback, the line voltage, looking at the status of the field loss, the output current, and the current command. So I'm going to go ahead and first of all, notice that I'm going to go over the threshold. There you go, at about 1 volt. And I already have an output, and here, this is my soft, right, Tony?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and inhibit, and I'm going to go ahead and enable. Alright, then I'm going to go back to 0, and I'm going to go ahead and clear that. I'm at 0.6 here, at least in my power supply. Now let's take a look at the output. Notice that the output starts increasing. Get 1, 2, 3, 4 volts, 5 volts, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So at 10 here, now we have the full output, which is 178 volts, which is approximately 90% of half, or 415 that dropped to 480. So I'm going to go back now. Start reducing there. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.6, and then we have a 0. So we can change polarity. We can do it here while there's no output, and now we can try it again the same. And now we notice that the output has changed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10.2, 10. Alright, so we see that the output now it's reversed. Now we have the same output, minus 178 in the opposite direction. The current feedback, because we're only drawing 8 amps DC, it's 0.15. This is calculated to be at 80 amps, which will be times 10. We want to get 1 volt here, which is going to be approximately 10 times this, about 1.5 volts, which is perfectly fine. Got the unit in. One thing that we can do is we can have the polarity command while the unit is enabled. So let's try that out. So we see how the unit soft starts, and then it changes the polarity, and then transitions, and we get the same, roughly the same output. Here we have 178, 179, and if we do it again, we get 179. So if I were to bring this down, let's say 6 volts for an output of 109, try that out. And there we have the 109 again in the opposite direction. So we can see that the output is changing as a function here of that increasing or decreasing delay angle here of that falling edge. Right, while the reference doesn't change. So this is the end of this video that shows the overall performance of the board. One of the things that we're going to do is we can probably change the load and try more current, although it's been testing like that before, or we can simulate a load of 80 amps by using coiling up 4 times or wire for a small load. That will also simulate the full current feedback. So this is the end of this video.